Ba-da-bum. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Welcome, Player Jackson, to the chat. Happy May the 4th, everyone. May the 4th be with you. We're gonna rank all of the movies and the TV shows of Star Wars today in honor of May the 4th for our weekly tier list Tuesday. So I've got a pretty standard SABCDF tier list, and we will rank them in order, as in the best will be at the very top, and then the second, third, and we will just go down the line as such. So, A New Hope is up first, which is fitting because it was the very first movie made, and it was great for its time. Nothing happened very much. Harvey says Empire Strikes Back is number one. All right, valid. But New Hope is gonna be B tier. Like, it's not bad. It's not the best. It's just solid. Good movie. Um, a classic. Where did I even want? Okay. And I'm a fan of the Clone Wars era, Clone War era, so I might be a little biased there. But anyways, episode 2, Attack of the Clones is A tier. Really solid start. The battle in the arena is really epic. Jango Fett is sick. And yeah, solid. Star Wars Rebels. Okay, so our first TV series. Okay. Rebels, I'm like partly through watching it. And it is not nearly as good as the Clone Wars. But it's still, I mean, it's fine for what it is. It's just the art the animation is like super lazy, I think, compared to the Clone Wars. And since it was made after Clone Wars, like you'd think that it should improve. So, it's gonna go in B tier. It's fine for what it is. Now Star Wars Resistance, I have not seen, but since it takes place in the new trilogy, I'm gonna put it in D tier. So that's where that's going. Uh, okay, Rogue One. Our first spin-off. Rogue One is A tier. It would have been nice to, have more time with the characters and stuff, but it's a really solid group. It's a good story. How they have to get the plans for the Death Star, and it's really cool in New Hope where they're like, it took a lot to get this, or like uh, people lost a lot to get this, and you see why, and it's super super emotional, super super great, really epic in the very end, when you see Darth Vader go on a Princess Leia's ship. Super cool. All right, yeah, Pete's ready to get pissed off. Good. I piss people off every week with this, so um, yeah. And as always, let me know if you want to me to expand on any part of the movies or anything like that. Okay, next up, Return of the Jedi, and Return of the Jedi is S tier. The last one in the original trilogy. Uh, you go to a variety of places. You've got Jabba's palace. Luke is finally a master, basically, which is super great. The whole thing with the Ewoks, and the climax at the end with Darth Vader and the Emperor. Uh, Best out of the original trilogy, I think. And then Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3. And this might piss people off, but I think this is like one of the best movies. Um, did you, Jackson? Oh, also, Return of the Jedi has Bikini Leia. Um, so all right. Hello. Okay. Revenge of the Sith. Uh, yes, that's Attack of the Clones in A tier. Yeah, that's episode 2. Revenge of the Sith. Really great opening. You see, um, you know, Anakin's slow turn to the dark side. Um, Give me 1 second, everybody. Sorry, Brigham Young University just called me. I wonder if it's Donovan. Anyway, um, why? Because it should be higher or lower? Uh, Revenge of the Sith. Um, Battle with Dooku is cool. Um, the very end lightsaber fight with Anakin and Obi-Wan is the best lightsaber fight out of the entire series, in my opinion. Jackson has a fire-breathing Tyranitar? That doesn't even make sense. Anyways, so yeah, I my opinion on episode 2 can fluctuate, but I'm sticking with Revenge of the Sith as the best out of the episode 1 through 3. All right, Solo, the other spin-off so far. And Solo is gonna go into B tier. Solo was it was okay. It was fine. I enjoyed it. Um, it's really fun to see the origin story of Solo and how he meets Chewbacca. It's got fun characters. The very end is kind of crazy with Maul. I hope they do more with that. And it was just a enjoyable movie. Um, okay, so this is the Clone Wars movie, and this is the series. So the Clone Wars movie um is C tier. Um, Ahsoka is an extremely obnoxious character. The whole plot with Jabba's son is uh you know not really enjoyable, and the whole stinky jokes are not good. Um, and the whole battle in the beginning, is it Christophsis? Is that what it is? And then the whole thing with Jabba's son, like they should have been two separate things, which actually they were supposed to be two separate things. Like the Clone Wars movie was supposed to be the first few episodes of the series, but somebody up top is like, no, shove it together and put it into the theaters, and so they did, and so we got this piece of crap. However, uh, the Clone Wars series is the greatest thing uh, in Star Wars history. That goes all the way to the top of S tier. Um, if it'll let me drag it. Hello. Thank you. Maybe. Holy crap. Okay, there we go. That's a good question, Pete. That is a really good question. Did I see the original first or the uh newer ones? I'm pretty sure I saw the original. My dad had a fancy VHS collection. I'm pretty sure. But I like the Clone Wars era just way more. The Clone Wars series, anyways, is um it combats with the greatest cartoon of all time with Avatar: The Last Airbender, in my opinion. Um, how it expands on characters so well and so much is fantastic, because General Grievous, great villain, you only see him for a fraction in the third movie, but you see him a lot in the series. Some of the character arcs are fantastic. Ahsoka Tano is her character arc is one of the best arcs of all time, um, along with Zuko. But I can get into that in a different day, on Avatar Day. Anyways, uh, really enjoyable. characters in Clone Wars, really good story, how they expand on everything. My favorite thing to watch in the Star Wars universe by far. And all right, so this is gonna piss off Harvey, but we are putting Empire Strikes Back in A tier, right there, I think. Yeah. Okay. Um. So Empire Strikes Back, better than A New Hope. You got Hoth, which is great. Um, the epic battle with Darth Vader and Luke, where he loses his hand just like his father. Uh, yeah, it's enjoyable. You start seeing like the whole love story with Han and Leia. Um, and yeah, yes, I have put them in the same tier, Pete. All right, Force Awakens. Um, I feel like was I enjoyed the Force Awakens. I thought that they could go in a variety of directions with this. They set up a lot of interesting plots for characters. Um, thank you, Pete. Um, and the whole Han Solo dying was pretty epic. And then, of course, they ruined everything with the next two films. Um, but I thought it had a lot of potential, and so yeah. Okay, The Last Jedi F tier, which should not be a surprise to anyone. Um, completely ruined The Force Awakens. Um, all right. So, The Last Jedi, the entire uh, movie takes place on a ship running away from another ship, and the other half of the movie is this side quest with Finn and what's Rose, uh, which was just awful and not enjoyable at all. Um, and then finally, in the very end, you have this like epic battle with Kylo Ren and Luke, uh, where Luke starts like spinning around and everything, and you're like, oh shiz, this is gonna be a good fight. Uh, and then he just decides to stop, and he wasn't even there in person. But then he dies anyway. So like, why he should have just came to the party. Um, and Luke's character like completely throwing away the Jedi and the Force and stuff. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like that's not who he is. And so yeah, this. Oh, and Snoke. They set up Snoke to be this huge enemy, and I know that he's not the real enemy, but like he should have been. And then he just dies so easily. It it was just so dumb the whole time. Um. All right. The Mandalorian series is S tier. Really enjoyable, a really interesting take on the Star Wars universe. You've got what's his name? Grogu? Krogunk? Baby Yoda, which is just blew up the internet, crazy. I'm a huge fan of Mandalorians and their history and their armor and stuff, so I'm a fan of the main character, and uh, I think it's got enough action. I wish it was longer, um, and I wish that episodes tied together more smoothly, but it was really enjoyable, and I'm excited to see what they do with it after this. Episode 1 is also A tier. Pete. Um, I think it's really enjoyable. Qui-Gon Jinn and young Obi-Wan are fantastic characters. The pod race is super fun. Um, the Battle of Naboo is great. And the the battle with Maul at the very end is definitely the second best lightsaber fight, and you could argue that it's is the best, but definitely top two lightsaber fights in the series. Um, and Darth Maul is like one of the greatest Siths of all time. So I think it's great for its time. I mean, I know it's got Jar Jar, but it's fine. Right. Last and basically least is the Rise of Skywalker, which I'm putting in D tier. Um, they had a lot to clean up after the Last Jedi. Um, I don't like that Palpatine was like still the villain. I don't know. I feel like they should have gone a different route. The whole they like hyped up like the Sith Rey with that crazy uh dual bladed lightsaber, and she was there for 2 seconds. I thought that that was gonna be a lot more prominent to the story, which was a big disappointment. Um, the whole Rey and Kylo Ren romance was awful. I don't think I've ever been more disturbed at seeing two people kiss on TV than when they kissed. Um, seeing Rey's lightsaber at the very end is cool. Um, and then she proclaims herself a Skywalker, which is that's not how that works. But okay, fine, you're a Skywalker now because you kissed one. Um, but yeah, they had a lot to clean up after the Last Jedi, and so that's where that's at. And special, so you think that would be all of them, but as special request, Player Jackson wanted the Lego games to be included. Um, so we've got uh, the Lego games here, which all go into S tier. Just perfect games, uh, fantastically made, enjoyable for all ages, replayable. So all of them get to go into S tier. Episode 2 and 9 are objectively the worst. The science just came in. Okay, Pete. Alright. Episode 2 is in B tier. Are you happy? Is that okay? Is that good for you? Alright, well, that's where it's staying. Anyways, there's your Star Wars tier list. Going to be uploaded to YouTube as always. Thanks for watching. Sorry that I pissed all of you off again, and I'll piss you off again next week with another subject. So, but thanks for watching. Until next time, I will talk to you.